Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of InFocus YXE. I'm your host, Ian Roach. Thanks for joining us. It's our second time. It's a game show, and here's how you play. Just a quick rundown. I'm going to show you pictures that are slightly out of focus, actually a lot out of focus, and I want you to comment, and if you think you know what it is, you comment what it is. And if you're right, you'll win a prize. It's that simple. Just some technical stuff here first before we start. For complete contest rules, you can go to knowyxe.com/contest rules. So I'm really excited tonight to have our special guest co-host back. Damien has agreed to join me again, and let's bring in Damien now. Hello, Damien. How are you today?
You're stuck with me again, you poor
And
guy.
it's wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. How's your week been?
It's been pretty good. What was I doing this week? I was teaching this week, which is lots and lots of fun.
Where do you teach?
I teach at Reyes, so it's a school just in the north end, near Circle Drive, kind of actually right near where your sports podcast is based out of. What's that place called again?
I'm glad you mentioned. It's called Wendell Clark's Classic Grill and Bar.
I think one of us gets something for mentioning
a
that.
Shameless plug. They have great chicken wings, by the way, and also the burgers are great. And Fridays, go for the fish on Fridays. Sorry, I digress. Anything else happening?
Just playing with my daughter in the snow. So it's a wonderful way to live.
Oh, that is. But unfortunately, I think we're going to get a cold spell coming in here fairly quickly.
I'm not going to let that stop us. Even if
agreed. Agreed. Yeah. I think even though it's going to be in the minus 20s or so, I'm going to try a fire pit this weekend. And maybe.
Oh, nice.
Maybe it'll be warm enough. If the wind's down, I think we'll be okay. Hey, along, Damien, with doing these pictures, I'm going to try and get some conversation going here. And no prizes for these, but we're curious of various things. Of course, the pandemic's impacting all of us. What is your go-to comfort food for the pandemic? What's yours, Damien?
So I'm very boring with this because, like everybody else on the planet, I started baking bread over the pandemic, and I'll cook 2 loaves, and before the first day is over, we'll be through half a loaf to a loaf. And it's just it's a plain old whole wheat bread. Like there's nothing special about it, but just the fact that it just came out of the oven makes it irresistible with butter on it.
If you had have asked me a year ago if there's going to be a pandemic, if we're all going to turn into bakers, and it would have been the last thing I think on my list, that we'd all be turning into bakers. But you're right, there is something about that. I
had a rule with myself that I wasn't allowed to bake, because baking is if I could bake cookies, I wouldn't fit through doorways anymore, because cookies are like a big weak point for me. And baking bread is one step towards baking cookies. So I have to be really careful with how I proceed from here.
Gotcha. No, I'm the same. I tried for a while that keto diet to try and shed some pounds, and it was working for a while, but it's a very expensive diet. And I have to admit, I'm back to eating bread again. Bread is just so wholesome, and if it's homemade, it's even better. So if you have a favorite pandemic comfort food, feel free to comment, and we may put your comment on there. And again, we're about to show you our first photo. We're going to go through 3 photos tonight. If you think you know what it is, comment. We're on YouTube and Facebook. I understand from last week that YouTube is probably about 10 seconds ahead in our streaming compared to Facebook. So you may want to jump over to YouTube if you want a bit of an advantage. Do you think it's time to bring up the first photo?
Oh, I totally think it's time.
Okay, here we go. There it is. And I'm going to get rid of the question here. Do you know what that is?
No, not a clue.
Describe it to us. So there's a bit of yellow there. There's a bit of blue. I don't know if that's sky or a tarp or something. Well, I do know exactly what it is, but I'm playing.
I hope you know what it is. Didn't you take the picture?
I did take the picture. And you know what? I think of the 3 photos tonight, this is the one that has a bit of artistic merit. The others are just kind of blah. They're kind of there. So while people are looking at that, and we'll talk for a bit because of the 30-second delay, it could be a while before anybody guesses. Deborah Hobbrick says, soup, best comfort food ever. And that probably goes for pandemic or no pandemic. And I've had some of Deborah's soup in the past. I would say broccoli and cheese is one of the favorite soups that she makes.
Ooh, that's a delicious soup, but way too much dairy for a body like mine to handle.
Oh, you have... that's a tough one, yeah.
It is, because it's so good.
If I ever have dairy issues, I don't know, because I love cheese. I love dairy. But like 3 cream in my coffee. I'm just a huge dairy guy. Ari, depends on the mood. Home baked croissants. Again, there's that smell, there's that freshness, and that thing baking.
Baking in a house just makes a house happy.
It does. Pandemic food, cheese, blue, brie, cheddar, Sylvia Abney says. And yeah, I love cheese. Somebody else has an answer here, Damien.
Right now. Ooh.
And you might know this person.
Who is it? I know that one.
Oh, it's a guess. The ocean with some waves and a sailboat here and the beach. It's close.
It's a great guess with all that blue
It
looking
is.
water.
Yeah, it looks kind of, and I get the yellow might be a sailboat, maybe. Sorry for talking over you, Damien.
That's okay. We're not professional. Well, we're not professional hosts. We're going to talk over each other a lot. Everybody's just going to have to deal with it.
And I guess maybe the brown on the right is possibly the boat, but I don't think it's the right answer, but it's a really good guess.
Well, now I like the way that you're taking the picture because you took it. Now I'm thinking you took it like vertically, but it's showing up horizontally.
Well,
it makes me
I'm
laugh.
not sure if that would be the best. Yeah. Do you think we should, before we get back to some comfort food, should we go to the next photo?
Like the next level of blurriness?
Make one less blurry one for us. People can start looking at that, and then we'll come to some more comments. So I'm looking over at my laptop here. I bring that in and make it full screen. This may not be better. Actually, it looks worse. I'm going to get the next one. Might be a mistake with my numbering. And we're bringing it in here, and the software is loaded. Going to go full. Oh, well, this I think we might start getting some answers here. Oh, but before I put that up, I'm looking over here.
Where are they?
I think we actually might have sort of a right answer, but it's close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down
Is it
there.
someone I like? Because if it's not somebody I like, think we should just ignore it.
River Landing by Idlewild. I think it's close. I think we're definitely in the right geography, but I think I want to, before we can award this, a bit closer answer to describe it. So having said that, should I put up the next picture? Here it comes.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it. I can see why he thought that because you can start to see that triangle now.
Yeah. Full disclosure from Ari here. They buy their I presume it's the croissants bulk from Costco. Just proof them and bake them. Christy's watching and she's saying ice cream, always ice cream. I'm not sure if I want ice cream. It's minus 28, but I get it. What's your favorite flavor?
What's my favorite flavor of ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh man, whichever one's closest to my face. I don't think there's such a thing as a bad.
I get it.
It's a bad ice cream. It's whatever I can get in there, I will take. I can tell you that Viv's favorite right now, though, is bubble. Although sometimes she changes her mind, and I fall behind because I am a dad and I don't know everything. But her favorite is bubblegum, if I remember right.
That's a good one, I think.
It is a good one.
So, Damien, I need a refresher.
Okay.
When do we do the win lights? Do I come to me and then I do the win lights?
Right. I get to direct from.
Yeah. Because we have a winner.
We have a winner. Okay. Everybody, just relax. It's okay.
So we go here.
We go to you,
and it's the winning lights.
Hey!
Dun, da, 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 and then how about I bring you in like that? Bring in the picture, and we'll pause the lighting for now. We have 2 correct answers.
Is it sailboat on the beach?
That is not sailboat on the beach.
Oh,
there are 2 right answers, and Ari is the winner, but close second.
Way to go, Ari.
Bridge at River Landing by Idlewild. That's what was Jackie's answer, and that is the correct answer. But Ari beat her. Blue Sail Bridge by the refreshment stand.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to take that. Congratulations, Ari. You are the winner tonight of our first
Way to go, Ari.
photo. Your prize is a $25 gift certificate for Wendell Clark's Classic Grill and Bar. And Damien, what do we like eating there?
Wings. I think wings is the only thing. Like, I've had wings there several times now, and I think it's the only thing I've had there. I really need to explore a little bit more. What's wrong with me?
Well, the wings are really good, and that's usually when we do our podcast every Monday. Good. We usually have wings, but they do. I don't know if it's on the menu all the time, but they have a great ribeye special on occasion, which I really like. I'm trying to get some comments here. And Jackie says, no croissants for you. But then she also follows up with,
was half of
just
it
kidding, congratulations.
best.
Congratulations, Ari. If you want a Facebook message or get a hold of us, we'll get you in touch with the fine people at Wendell Clark's Classic Grill and Bar. And I think in the case of them, they'll take your name, and next time you're in that area, you can drop in to pick up your gift certificate.
And if you forget, I'm sure Ian can find a way to share it with Jackie.
I'd be very happy. Should I try and bring in the actual, what I'm calling the reveal photo now, so we can see what it is?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, we have to. I mean, what about all the people who didn't win and had their guesses chambered? Like, they need to know. I don't want to deal with angry comments.
There's the final photo.
I have to say, your camera's picking up some really nice blues in the sky. I can't remember a day that actually looked that blue recently.
I think I took this, what is today's Thursday? I think I took it Monday.
Really? Yeah,
Ari wants to know if Wendell Clark's has croissants. I don't think they do. And Ari's also offering Jackie a consolation prize to speak of. Before these correct answers, I guess somewhere in there's also, Christy had an answer, Radisson in the background corner of 19th and 4th is close, certainly in the right area, but not quite. So
close.
I have a confession. I'm using my cell phone for these pictures.
And what kind of cell phone do you have, Ian?
It's a Huawei P20 or P30 maybe, P30 Pro.
Actually, I just jumped ship from iPhone to Samsung, so I'm experimenting with new waters too. Ooh.
Well, I've been an Android guy. I mean, I used to have a job, and I have a job, I guess. But when I was employed by others, and they're paying for my phone, I would get iPhones. And then when I had to leave and left my phone behind, it's like, I'm not paying those prices. So I went Android. And I also, I had a messy breakup with Apple at one point in my life. So before we get to the next picture, should we see if we have another question here?
Yeah.
To ask people, what are you watching and where can it be found? So I'm thinking, you heard a lot that people are watching a lot more Netflix or terrestrial television, cable television, Prime. Anything you've been watching or binging on?
I love how it's called terrestrial television now. Like, it sounds space-like. I mean, I know the word means the opposite of space, but it just sounds very exotic. Terrestrial television. Oh, what am I watching right now? I'm doing my first round of Parks and Rec, which is my late night brain candy, something kind of mindless to watch before I go to sleep. Yeah. What are you watching, Ian?
Funny you mentioned Parks and Rec. I tried to watch an episode and I like it. I've never seen any of it, but I've heard good things about it. And I have to admit, I kind of fell asleep in the episode. But I want to give it another try because I kind of like that kind of sense of humor that I was seeing in episode 1. It was really good. I just finished on Prime Terror. It's about the Franklin expedition. I can't remember if there's 6 or 9 or 10 episodes. That whole thing always fascinated me, and always to this day fascinates me. And I remember when we're both at CTV together, when they discovered I think they discovered Erebus first, and I just obsessed with it, and that they found the ship and the whole story and what happened. So it was interesting, and they take some liberties, but it was a good show.
Very cool. I'll have to check that out.
I'm going to. Sorry, go ahead.
One more thing that I'm listening to right now. Am I allowed to plug YouTube channels? Can I do that?
Of course, absolutely. I'm watching a lot more YouTube. Not so much now. There's a 1 hour time difference with the Eastern, but when there's 2 hours, but just before bed, I'd be able to watch the monologues of all the night shows, and then go to bed. But go ahead. What are you plugging on YouTube? But maybe I'll put the picture up while we chat. This is picture number 2. Picture number 2.
I am, so I totally approve. So while everybody's thinking and digesting, I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping during the pandemic, a lot of stress and whatever. And I found this, I found a YouTube channel, and it's brilliant because it's things that I'm interested in. It talks a lot about Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, but it's like the boring background technical details. It's called In Deep Geek, and it's like what my favorite podcast, the one that just explains it the best, has been this guy has gone into Aragon, who's the person who wins the Lord of the Rings and becomes the king at the end. It does an investigation as to what his tax policy was once he became ruler. Like it's stuff that I'm somewhat familiar with, but it's completely uninteresting topics. It's stuff that's just within my realm of interest, but so far out that I kind of don't really care about it, and it's great for putting me to sleep. He also has a really really relaxing voice.
Well done.
So it's a weird promotion for it, but it's great for helping my brain turn off and going to sleep.
Can you send me a link after the show? Not now.
Sure.
I need you now. Yeah.
No. I'm going away. I'm gonna go look this up. You're on your own.
Before we start answering questions about what people are watching, I want to jump back to pandemic comfort food. George says anything chocolate, and you can never go wrong with chocolate. One of my favorite combinations is chocolate and sea salt. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we don't have a lot of guests on this first one, so we do have 2 or 3 suggestions here what to watch on Netflix and various other streaming services. I'm going to bring up the next photo, and then maybe we'll go through those answers, if that makes sense. Oh, and my screen is showing. I hate when I do that. How about over there?
Didn't I
go
see
like that?
France? I can see Ian's screen. That's nowhere near.
There's anything intimidating. So there's a bit more here. I'm going to put that photo up, and then we'll go through some of these answers. One answer I had up there while you were chatting is Ari has called me the agent of evil communist empire. I'm not sure what that is in reference to. Maybe me leaving Apple, or maybe it's me using a Huawei device. That could be.
Maybe it's just you in general.
It could be. It's also a compliment these days. Yeah. Jackie's watching Queen's Gambit.
Yes, she is.
Watched Queen's Gambit. I watched it.
Finished watching it. It's beautiful.
It's wonderful. It's beautiful shot. I love the era it's depicting. I never thought I'd be into that much into a movie about chess.
Yeah, but it's not about chess is the thing. And that's it. That's what I loved about the cinematography. You rarely see the chessboard. You really see the faces. Yeah, I like how they kind of show her playing chess on the ceiling. It's kind of cool. I don't know if I'm giving too much away by saying that. I don't think I am. Ari's watching a Netflix, Cobra Kai, Blacklist, Crave, Ballers. By the way, feel free to guess in this picture. And I'm getting so many answers here. They keep jumping around. Chicago Fire. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess One Chicago. PDN Fire. Deborah's shows. Oh. Ari's confirming it's about my phone. It's a great device. That's good. It's not you. I'm happy about that.
Did you watch Hunters? I don't think I've seen Hunters, so that's a reference to asking you that question.
I've seen Hunters.
What's it about?
It's a show about a group of Nazi hunters in the U.S. in the 70s, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. And
episode 1 was awesome. Like, it was really, really good. And then episode 2, they kind of went for the 70s campy look, and that pulled me out of it. I wasn't able to finish it after that. I got to like 3 or 4, I think. Gotcha.
Okay, well, I don't think we have any guesses here. What are you seeing in this picture, Damien?
Well, I'm certainly seeing a chain link fence. And,
yes.
Hint, everybody, it's always along somewhere near the river, because that just seems to be the only places Ian goes. It's not, wait.
Maybe after doing 4 photos, Ian might say,
no,
I'm doing too many around the river.
That's how I figured out the first one and got everything right the first time, was because there was a theme. You have to keep a theme. Otherwise, I don't have to keep a theme. You have to keep it.
I got to go back that shot, because otherwise you'll see my screen. And we'll call up another one here. This is not an artistic photo by any stretch of imagination, but I thought I'd try and break that thing of being down by the river. And this one, I think once we put this one up, we're going to get some answers. But here's another guess.
Do it.
Close. I mean, I get it. And they had that fence around the Shakespeare site. And I've been down there at night. I've been driving by it during the day, and I'm thinking, yes, we should put it on the show. But it's almost, if you have the lights on, it might be a little easy to guess. So, and the other thing too, I think when this show expands, I'd love to put up a photo, then afterwards have an interview with somebody that's connected to the photo. So I'll try and set that up. Good guess. Viv, unfortunately, is not the right answer. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes, do it. Do it.
There it
Get
is.
your fingers ready.
There it is. Of course, there's this 30-second delay. You're leaning in there, Damien. What do you see now? Certainly a chain link fence.
Yeah. I feel like I know it, but it also could be oh yeah, I know what it is. All right, I got it.
You think you know it?
I think I do.
Okay, some programming notes while we wait for answers to come in here. Slow TV YXE, Sundays at 10 a.m. Postponing it because of severe cold that's forecast, so there will not be a new episode of Slow TV YXE this Sunday in order to protect the crew and their health and safety. And when I say crew, I mean me.
Of course. Hey, where did you go last week?
Last week I went to the Gordie Howe Bridge, and it's kind of cool. You can watch it on YouTube. It's still there. The Gordie Howe Bridge by the river, and then I pan over to the bridge, see some cars, and then pan over to the bridge with the ice going by. At one point, if you go around the 19-minute mark in the slow TV, a dog team goes along the Mewasan Trail below me. A dog team on a wheeled cart, pulling a wheeled cart. It's quite spectacular, actually.
That is pretty cool. How many dogs in the team?
I think there's 4 or 5, maybe a lead dog and then 4.
Wow.
I can't quite remember. Damien?
Yes, Ian? Do we have? Ooh. I feel like you've gone rogue. I'm not telling you anything, and yet you're just doing it.
I learn well. We have a correct answer, Damien. Lights off.
What is it?
Let's go back to this view here so we can see it. There it is there. I'm just going to make sure that it's the next one. We have a winner again. And again, just like last week, we might have a winner that's won twice in the evening. We should maybe think about that. But there are some other wrong answers. Interesting.
Jackie,
here's one.
So close.
Horse track, the racetrack, all good answers. Yeah. I think by racetrack, she's probably Christy's talking about that. The football stadium, I think that's Gordie Howe Bowl, they now call it, and I can get that. Absolutely, it does look like that. This is probably outdoor fields at the soccer center is a correct answer. And I don't think this is the correct answer, but when I combine it with the answer that Ari submitted just before that, soccer center, that I think between those two comments that is indeed the winner. It is the Saskatoon Soccer Center, and it's the outdoor fields that are there. But ironically, Ari guessed after he entered the right answer again, Griffiths Stadium. But congratulations, Ari, you won.
When in doubt, it's the shotgun approach. Just throw things at the wall and something will stick.
I'm going to show people the actual finished photo here, Damien. The reveal, so to speak.
I was wrong. I thought it was Griffiths.
I can see that. Absolutely. There it is there. That's the final photo. A little blue.
Man, that sun really disappeared once you took the blur out.
It does.
Yeah. The first one. I thought you were going to have a beautiful sunset in that picture. Now I'm disappointed.
Well, now this is nice. Ari's saying that because there are 2, Richard can take the prize. So does that mean we say congratulations to Richard as the next person that entered?
We don't have a policy set up for when people are really nice.
Yeah, we don't have that. I mean, we do have a policy that you and I are the final arbiters of everything InFocus YXE. So maybe we'll take Ari up in that that offer.
We'll see.
But the prize is excellent. I'm really excited about the prize.
T-shirt?
No, that's next.
Slap in the face.
But we've done a lot of work with the Academy of Fashion Design. We're doing more work with them in the near future here. And they've always been a huge supporter of us. The prize is Sewing Ain't for Sissies. It's a home sewing kit. And it has a huge pair of scissors, has a seam ripper, and a measuring tape, among other things in there. And it's all in this fancy case with this really beautiful picture. So congratulations, Richard and or Ari. You have won a really big pair of scissors and a sewing kit. And thank you very much to the Academy of Fashion Design. I think I can figure out how to get that to Richard if he wants that prize. So that's that. That's number 2 down.
I'm going to propose that they have a fashion walk-off, a virtual fashion walk-off to see who gets the prize.
Well, we do have a safety issue to consider here from Ari's point of view. So maybe they are Richards.
That's fair.
Some more programming notes to go through for the week. I got to get rid of this comment first. Like that and over here.
Ari's comment. That's right.
A reminder.
Just in case people don't know who we are.
Exactly. Sports podcast, the YXE Sports Podcast. Every Monday at 6 p.m. we broadcast live, usually live from Wendell Clark's Classic Grill and Bar. We were not live there the last 2 Mondays because one of the hosts, Matt Morrison, had a near COVID exposure. What's it called? So he had to self-isolate. He's finished his self-isolation Tuesday. Thankfully, everything and everybody in his life are doing well and doing fine. And I think there's one individual in his life that had COVID and has recovered. Actually showed very few symptoms, so that's wonderful. A reminder, too, that on Wednesdays, we have the Green Room airing. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. hosts Leslie Stanwyck, Johnny Sinclair. They have some great guests, wonderful conversations from the basement of their home. We had Dave Bedini on, and the name's escaping me, so maybe Deborah can put it. Kirby Wershenko from Broadway Theater with a guest last night.
Yeah.
So it was a great episode, and it's a great way for our guests to interact. I guess the people watching interact and ask questions. A lot of those kind of music road stories. Dave Bedini talked a lot about playing back in the early days with Johnny and Leslie, or where they intersected at various gigs around the country. Wonderful show. And then another thing I want to alert our viewers to is that we may, and we'll know more details in the next 48 hours, so we may have to move this InFocus YXE to a different time slot. We're very close. We're very close to having another show join our little network, and the night that they want and need will be Thursday evenings. So if that comes to fruition, then this will permanently move to some other night of the week. So maybe that's something, Damien, people want to comment what night of the week or what time would be good for them to watch, or they want to continue watching.
Monday at 6 a.m.
Are you volunteering to set up my living room?
I'm not even volunteering to set up my living room.
Okay, should we go to our third and final photo for the night? Okay, I got to better call it up first, right? Should have been doing that in the background.
It speeds things along, yeah.
But I do have another question. We'll start chatting about that now. And the question is,
before you have a question.
Oh, we have
a special guest.
Surprise. Hi, Viv. There she is, and she can see herself on TV, and I can hear her. And we have comments. I wonder if those are bid.
Oh, there goes my microphone. Hang on. We're okay.
Come on, Jackie, you got this. I think Ari's cheering for you. And as I put up the photo for the first time, and we have this 30-second delay between when we put it up and people actually see it and we get comments in.
Another question?
This day in history, Damien. I think it was this day in history, and I can't remember whether it's 2004, maybe by the 2008, and maybe somebody can Google it and let me know. But Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook in his Harvard dorm room. And we all know where that's led. Now we're broadcasting live on Facebook.
That's right. Zuckerberg is owning all of us.
So the question for you, and I thought we should ask a Facebook-related question, but we love and hate Facebook. I love and hate Facebook. But one thing I find that's very useful for me is I've found that certainly during the pandemic that I've joined a lot of Facebook groups to share information, get information. A lot of them are public or quasi-public. You have to get permission to join. There's 2 that I'm in. One is Cape Breton Photos, which I really, really enjoy. And then another one is my local community association has it. So if there's a Facebook group you could recommend for people to try and join or to follow, let us know. And we'll put your comment up. And we have a guest. But before we have the guest, George is saying that's so cute. And I presume that's in reference. George. I think that's in reference to
George is talking about me.
I don't think that's the
really
case.
Appreciate the comment. No, totally me. Shh. No other comments allowed on this topic.
I think that's Viv. Shame on you, Damien. Admin building on campus. And I think we had a photo toward the end last week too, that people thought that was possibly the admin building. Good guess. And I can see with the Browns, it's not. Here's another guess on campus, Thorvaldsen building from Christie. Close guess. And I can see how it is, but it's not that building. But it's interesting. As this picture becomes less fuzzy, Damien, there's going to be kind of a misleading thing in the front. I'll tell people now.
Misdirection.
I'll tell people now, it is not a collection of black pickup trucks, which it actually is. But another guess, Viv says a pool table with red, yellow balls on it.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I can see.
I'm biased. I think everything she says is brilliant, but that's a pretty good guess.
Yeah, I can see it. Absolutely. Unfortunately, it's not the right answer. I'm not sure.
Try
this
again.
one.
Try again. School of the Dead? Did we have a School of the Dead on campus?
I'm not sure.
I didn't know that. I thought they didn't pay tuition. And so there's a lot of administration problems.
It could be. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, I have to be honest, but it's not.
That's okay.
It's not the School of the Dead.
Speculating is far more fun than actual fact.
And Richard is okay. That's wrong. Here. School for the deaf, not dead. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. And then the dough came.
Oh, that's yeah. We accept your apology, Richard.
And there it is. Richard! I don't know if that's saying hi to Richard or whether that's kind of a laughing at his comment. But you know what I should be doing is putting up the next picture, I think. A little less blurry. That's not much.
Line of black pickups.
Ari's trying to control himself, I think. Thank you very much, Ari, for having some self-control there. Nobody has any Facebook groups they want to share? What about you, Damien?
Well, sure. I have, again, I've dealt with a lot of stress over the pandemic, and I've found different ways of coping with it. And one of it is meme collections. And Facebook has now become the place where I go and I'll check up on a couple of friends maybe and see sort of what's going on in my close circle of people. But I try to stay away from news stories because I can only handle that in certain times of day right now. And I go to meme places. And one of my favorites right now is this one called Nerd Girl Nation. And they just have some pretty clever, witty write-ups and things that make me chuckle or things that make me think a little bit more. Do you want to see one?
How can we do that?
I can do it.
Can you?
Watch.
Okay, do you want to try sharing your screen?
Okay. I can do that.
Look at that.
Screen to make it readable.
Okay. I'll solo you here.
Look at us. So it has posts on it that kind of make me laugh and kind of make me reconsider things that, different tropes and types of literature and movies they sort of poke fun at and come at from different angles. And that's the stuff that I really enjoy. Gives my brain something to chew on for a little while. Again, that doesn't really matter in the shake of things.
She's just bored. Okay, I get it.
It takes you a while to get through it, but it makes my brain do fun things. Children's Hospital.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's close, but that's not quite it. And I think we're going to get some winners on this photo. Can you make it out a bit more, Damien?
I can, but I'm not quite. It could be a bunch of things.
And do you see the collection of black pickup trucks?
So clearly there's a bunch of farmers. No, farmers drive red pickups usually. At least my dad does. And so it's probably not farmers.
No, it's not. I don't think it would be.
But
there is a farm connection to the photo.
Oh, I think if you squinted at the oh, quick, Jackie, you can actually read the sign.
What if I do this though?
Squint like this. You can read it. Somebody make the guess.
We got another guess. Ari saying City Hall backside. Close, but no, that's not quite it.
That's not it.
It's not by the river. Well, what's by the river? If it's in 5 kilometers, the river is by the river, then yes. Is it a river feature? No, it's not that. But it's not City Hall, the backside. Should I bring in the next photo?
Is nobody squinting?
You were the king of squinting in our test episode.
I was.
Okay, this will do it.
Lost that crown because I have not got a lot of guesses right. Go ahead. What do we got?
Damn bifocals.
But I mean,
there we go. This should give it away. And looks like Ari, 2-time winner tonight, with Richard, is urging Jackie on. Go, Jackie, go. And I suspect in about 20 seconds or so, we're going to have a correct answer. What do you think, Damien?
There's got to be something.
Yeah. The question is, what answer do we accept? What are we going to accept for a correct answer?
The first one.
A group of black pickup trucks would not be correct.
No. I think you're referring to more where those pickup trucks are. I can tell you that it's the north side of that building. I know that for sure.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct. I'm surprised. We'll just give it another second there. Well, oh boy. So you have a.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, again, we have a combined answer. Here is the first answer: John Deere plow. Well, John Deere, we're getting close, but that wouldn't be right.
That's on the sign.
But John Deere City Yards. So I think the two combined, I think we would accept those. Don't you?
Well, isn't that the city yards? Like it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ari says city permits. I don't know if you get building permits there. I know when I had to get one, I had to go down to City Hall itself. Yeah. But I know it, and I call it the John Deere building.
Yeah, me too.
And there's one George was guessing. George, I think, doesn't live in Saskatoon, but that's a very good guess. There's some buildings on that Polytech campus that would be that. I think we're going to have to give this to Jackie. Congratulations, Jackie. You have won. And we got to go to this shot, and then I can go over here and
lights.
Bring in the reveal. Oh, lights! You saved me. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. God, we should be fired.
I'm talking to our manager.
And there is the fully focused, not out of focus. And it sounds like Ari's happy for Jackie. It looks like Viv deserves it for the sheer enthusiasm. It looks like Viv can get the prize.
She was pretty excited about this show. I'm not going to lie. She definitely influenced my opinion on showing up repeatedly. You might have to just keep me here. And if you ever replace me, I might pirate my way in because of her.
Well, so, Damien, you're always welcome. I did have a conversation with another individual today who might be watching. And he said if Damien gets tired of it, he's the next guy. But,
we could have three of us talking. We could have three of us talking.
Well, we could. We could. I wonder if the three of us would show up at the side there. Congratulations, Jackie. You have won a prize. The prize this time is a T-shirt. So get in touch with us, and we'll give you a code, and then you go on the noyxe.com/shop website, and you can pick the shirt you want, enter the code, and it should be 8 to 12 days, and it'll be here. I don't know if we have Viv size outfits or shirts.
She can always turn it into a dress.
This is true.
Belts are awesome.
No comments about public groups on Facebook.
No.
That's interesting.
Wow. I guess not wow, but I have another. Is it appropriate? I don't know.
Appropriate. I don't know what.
I have another post from that site of mine.
Put it up.
Leave it. You want it?
Well, it's entirely up to you.
All right.
We don't have to break for commercials. While you're pulling it up, I am going to do a commercial.
Okay, you go ahead. This made Jackie laugh. I'm not going to read it out loud for you guys. And again, these ones are all long reads, and I apologize for that. They're not very visual, but
maybe I should have said no to this. I'm afraid to read it. Oh boy.
What, minstrel cycles? minstrels, you gotta admit, it would be pretty funny if there was a lot of loots going on all the time, everywhere. Dueling minstrels would also be funny.
I'm going to take that off. There's a swear word.
Is there? Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Hey, this is a new project. InFocus YXE is just one of the shows that we have on our noyxe.com network. If you're interested in sponsoring any of our shows, including this show or a music show, our sports show, any other new shows that are coming on board shortly, please reach out to us at sales@noyxe.com. We'd be happy to take your money.
Right?
There's advertising opportunities as low as $12.53 a week. And secret is that's going to go up as we get more viewers. But for the month of February, you can be in and on board for $12.53 a week. So please do that. And that's my shameless plug.
It's really hard to do things backwards. My brain doesn't work that way.
There are about 20 swears. Yeah.
So I was right when I was hesitating on that one. So lesson learned, listen to my hesitation.
Can I paste an image? I'm not sure what Ari's talking about. He's going back and forth here in the comments. So I think with Jackie talking about consolation prizes, but we'll let those two sort it. I think that brings us to the end of our show for this week. Thank you so much. And as always, you're always welcome to come back and be part of the show. But of course, we're busy and we can get busy. Of course, we don't know if we're going to be on next Thursday, but we'll let you know. Follow us, like us, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, especially YouTube. Because right now, if you go to our YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/. We have to get 100 subscribers on that YouTube channel. Then we can have what they call a vanity URL. It could be youtube.com/noyxe. And we want that so we can share that better, if that makes sense. Thank you to everybody behind the scenes. Thank you to Deborah, who's monitoring from her place in her control room. Thank you to our partner, Dennis Gilbertson. He's the guy, actually, when you email sales, you'll be chatting with him. And we'd love to have you on as a sponsor on one of these shows. Damien, are you stay warm this weekend? Are you still going to go outside?
I will definitely be going outside. I don't care about the weather. I have to go outside all the time, at least once a day. I have warm clothes and good toques, sometimes 2 at a time.
Well, I'll go out and I'll do the fire. I think I'll do it Saturday. I think it's going to be minus 28, so we'll have a fire that day, I think. But again, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And I think it's time to roll the exit. And do we put on the lights for the exit?
Why not?
Okay.
You know what? They're pretty lights.
Yeah, they are. I actually tried to have them on a solid purple for the show, but there's a wave going through and they didn't sync with my camera. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank you, Damien. We'll see you next week, hopefully at some point.
You bet.